With all the chaos that's been going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe between box office flops, disappointing streaming numbers, and of course, executives being fired, actors being arrested, you have to imagine they're a little bit worried about some of their upcoming releases, especially the Marvels. The reaction to Captain Marvel was so bad that Rotten Tomatoes had to change the way it does its entire website to try to protect it. It was so bad that they changed their plans for a standalone sequel and decided to surround Brie Larson's Captain Marvel with other characters in a desperate attempt to change the tone. Well, they did what they could. They tried to change the tone, but it really has shown that they're going to have to do more to prove to fans that this isn't going to be something more of the same. Because look at the reaction. The backlash is pretty big for the Marvels, Jeremy. 371,000 upvotes to 278,000 downvotes. So it is not ratioed yet, but there's a significant number of people out there that are not happy with this. And also, the media's caught on to the very same thing that we talked about. Clearly, that Marvel decided the best way to win fans back, to get people back on board, was to take a shot at them in the trailer. The Marvel's trailer directly calls out Brie Larson's Captain Marvel trolls. We talked about this. What fucking song did they decide they needed to play? Beastie Boys. Well, now don't you tell me to smile.
I firmly stand on this trailer proves that Marvel is aware of how bad things are. 100%. They are aware of it. We were right. We have been right. We have been right the whole fucking time. And the tone of this trailer proves that they understand that they have messed up significantly. And look, it still doesn't matter. It's way too late. It's way too late because you're still treating the audience like they're stupid. You're still trying to talk down to the audience. You're still trying to act like, hey, we hear you, but we're not going to act like we hear you. We're just going to make a few changes from a tonal standpoint. People don't forget these things. The audience remembers how they've been treated.
Ghostbusters 2016 made more money at the box office than Ghostbusters Afterlife in terms of just raw box office total.
And that is Ghostbusters Afterlife is a direct result of Ghostbusters 2016. Like that's why it was hurt so bad, because the audience remembered what you did with Ghostbusters 2016. They remembered how much you disrespected them. And the Marvel audience it's like a sinking ship. And again, to be clear, they're still doing very well in terms of any movie that does $800 million is good on paper. But when you're putting the money into these projects that you are, and what was the budget for the Marvels that we're anticipating?
High, over $200 million in all likelihood.
So this film needs to make between $500 or $600 million just to break even.
Yes.
That's what it's got to do to break even. So if it makes 700 million worldwide, that's barely making a profit. That's not why that's not how Marvel became Marvel, by barely breaking even. And Ryan and others seem to think this movie may actually lose money. And I can definitely see how that's a possibility, but this is not good for Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's a $1 billion movie because it was slammed between two of the biggest comic book movies of all time, and they lied to you to tell you that it was an important movie to watch. But the reaction was not a $1 billion movie.
No.
The reaction was people really did not like the character and what they chose to do. They're clearly making changes, try to change the tone, which is why it's so stupid to even have that in the trailer, that little fucking shot. That's clearly why they did that, because you're having her smile in this trailer. You're having her be a little bit more like not stiff as a board. You're having her be a little bit more, you're trying to make her a little bit more likable and relatable. So yeah, you bent the knee to those fans that you're trying to take a shot at. You didn't double down. In fact, you decided to completely change it. Put Iman Vellani in there, who's supposed to be this little bubbly, cute, teenage Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, to try to offset what so many people didn't like.